So, hey guys, it's Bats here. We are back with another fucking banger. All right, today we got a very good story. All right, today we are talking about the time that I went to a wedding that basically everybody there was at least twice my age, if not more. um and I was there with nothing, like I didn't plan this, so I didn't have like drugs already on me, but there was there was a lot of alcohol there, so we're going to talk about that. So before we do that though, if you guys have anything to smoke or get suited on, I recommend you do that now, because you have to be zooted to watch these videos. It's a requirement. So yeah, everybody take a zooted break. Okay. Anyway, so I was all the way in fucking Montana for this wedding, on a ranch basically in the middle of nowhere, just about no internet. That kind of thing. Um, and so, yeah, it's the day of the wedding, and everybody's like shuffling around. They've been like rehearsing and shit, and you know. I just kind of like, I knew that I kind of had like the plan started forming in my head as soon as I saw it. Like I went outside onto like the patio thing, and my cousin and all of his friends are just like sitting there, and I'm just talking to them, and I noticed that there's like a bunch of beer there, and then this idea starts forming in my head, right? And I start building this plan, and because I'm sober right now, and when I'm sober, this is just how my brain is. As soon as my brain notices anything that could get me high, it just starts like the gears start churning, and I start trying to figure out how I'm gonna do it. So I realize that there's going to be a point where they have to leave for something before this starts. And lo and behold, I was completely correct. So I basically just waited until everybody was doing something else, and I went back to my room. I grabbed a water bottle, emptied that shit out, and then went back and started basically just casually filling that water bottle with, various different beers. And so I was sitting there, and as I would like, I had it like, like on the side of the chair that it would be like hardest to see. And I was like, watching, because there's like a whole glass like thing that you could see through, so I could see if anybody came into the house, and could like, if anybody could see me, I could see them. It was a pretty good location for it, to be honest. And there was like one point where somebody walked in like the house and like was looking for something. Didn't even notice me, I don't think. But yeah, so it took like, I don't know, 5, maybe 10 minutes. And, I filled it up as much as I could, and then I screwed that bitch up. And then it was finally time. And so at this point, I'm just chugging this shit. Like trying to get drunk as fast as I can. And I'm literally sitting here, and as they're doing the whole reception, literally the whole time, I'm just chugging this shit. It's so funny. Now that I realize it's just like, oh god. But yeah, so they do their whole reception, they kiss, and it's all cute. One of their friends did this like long speech. He's like known for giving speeches. He's uh he's a fella, he is. But yeah, so after that, at this point, now it's time for like the after party and whatnot. And so at this point, I'm getting tipsy, and I'm still drinking. There's still, I'm not even halfway through this hoe yet. And yeah, so they have this whole thing set up in the backyard with a bunch of food and like a catering, like, people, and ate a bunch of shit. And then they had this fucking like little like basically like square tile thing for like dancing, and it was so weird. But um at one point there was a really like there's this stupid like dance competition, and they like everybody was trying to get me to do it, and I was so drunk that I was like, you know what, fine. And I have no idea how to dance, like no clue. I was just doing stuff, but somehow I won just by not getting tired, basically. And yeah. I had to talk, like, I was talking to a lot of people also, and, like, I was trying my best to not sound like an idiot, but I was slurring so bad. Like, I sounded fucked up or retarded. But it's fine. Anyway, yeah, that's basically how, like, the rest of the night went. Oh, and I also remember, so at the time I was still dating my ex-girlfriend, right? And I always wore this ring because I was gonna, like, marry her. It was a promise ring. And that night it broke. And then she, like, broke up with me the next day. Well, of course, we got back together later. But it was so funny how that happened, and I forgot about that until right now. But yeah, I basically just chilled the rest of the night. You know, eventually it gets late, everybody, like, goes to bed and whatnot, and I just went in my room and, like, laid down, and just, I think I laid down on the floor, and I was just sitting there. And then I just kind of chilled and watched YouTube for the rest of the night and passed out. This is kind of a shorter story, but, you know, it was just a really fun one. I got super drunk, though. Like, I was almost blackout drunk. Pretty close. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like these videos and want to show support, you can always leave a like, comment, subscribe. I try to read and respond to as many comments as I can. There's a Discord server, the link is in the description for that, and if you want to follow me on any social medias or talk to me or anything, that's also down there. But yeah, without any further ado, stay zooted, stay lifted, peace.
I dug about the fucking dirt, I crashed a fucking hearse. I came to haunt you, yeah, I know I'm just the fucking worst. Now you can beg me for your life, just how I